Howdy. So, here's something else that I really want to share. Reality and having mastery over thoughts. I've been really enjoying and valuing the education and information from Brian Withers. He's a thought and empowerment coach. And I want to share with you just my thoughts immediately after learning more from his course on creating your own reality. And it starts with thoughts. And our thoughts, they are like switches, they're like dials, they're like buttons that encourage emotion. And emotion is energy in motion. And reality, said by Brian Withers, is it seems like a physical, reality that's fixed and linear, but it actually is a river of energy that's just constantly, cyclically manifesting over and over and over again. And what's being manifested is what we are attracting to ourselves. And how are we attracting things? Through our thoughts and what we're telling ourselves. Those thoughts affect our emotional state. That emotional state affects our electromagnetic field, which our heart produces, and our heart is responsible for the emotions, and that shoots out into the universe. And the universe does not care. The universe does not care what we want, in terms of almost like a friend. The universe is not a friend in the way that I talk to you, for example, and I'm like, hey, I really want this thing, I really want this thing, I really want this thing. And I can tell you on 4 different occasions in the back of the mind, I want that thing. The universe doesn't keep the back of the mind. It's just what you're constantly saying is what it's going to deliver to you. So if you're constantly going throughout your day saying, oh, I hate this, I don't like that, this sucks, if you're constantly saying that, the universe says that's what you want, and it will give that to you. It will just keep giving that to you. The more and more you just keep thinking that thought and emanating that out into the world, it'll say that's what you want, because you keep saying that every single day on repeat all day, every day, all week. So the energy has to change, because those thoughts are putting you in an emotional state, a negative emotional state, which is energy in motion. So your energy has to change. So instead of thinking thoughts like, my job is boring, this doesn't pay me, I don't like the hours, you have to change the energy and choose to invite thoughts, replace those thoughts with, this job caused me to want a job that's like this. My inner being, which is it's still you, it's one and the same of you, just the non-physical part of you. My inner being has a setup and a path for me. As I focus on the feeling good of this and the positive feeling, physical aspects, things are going to go good. You have to just keep cultivating that. As Sadhguru said, the mind cannot subtract or divide. It just can't do that. You have a negative thought and you say, I don't want to have this thought anymore, and immediately you start thinking about it twice as much, and you're like, I really don't want this thought. Now it's exponential. You just keep thinking about that thought, because the mind can't subtract or divide. It can only add and multiply. So I encourage you throughout this week or the time that you're going about your day, when you have those negative thoughts, notice them as a sign that it's time that, I'm not thinking the positive thoughts I should be thinking. And then just focus on that thought. Focus on what you do want. Focus on the feeling. Don't just say, I want this. Focus on the feeling that will bring you. And just pour into it. Even if it feels silly, just keep pouring into it and repeat in different ways. Think different environments, different ways you want the feeling. So, yeah, those are just my comments off the dome. It's actually something that I want to share about a lot more. That's what I really enjoy learning, but just had to share. So, peace and blessings, wherever you are.